and then all of a sudden Christina was like, hey, you have this many people coming, and I was like, oh. So I'm really honored that you all showed up. I know that these days can be super long and that most of us work today, and have other lives going on, and I really appreciate that you guys came, and it's 6:15 and we're wrapping up our days. So, the pain that you can't see is real. There it is. Okay. As far as exposure, I don't have any financial exposure, so I'm not getting paid to do this talk. I'm not promoting any products, and this is all my own story. No. So if you can't tell, I'm very nervous to give this speech. This is my dog, Hagen. Hagen has turned into a emotional support therapy animal for me. He does all my calm and joy for me. So you guys get to see him. Because right now, in this very moment, I need some calm and joy. I have a grin. So please give me some grace in that I say so, likes. And it's not something that I like to do. I hold myself to a very high standard. But it is something that happens to me. And I have to accept myself for who I am and give myself grace. So please give me some grace in that. Also know that this is a pretty emotional topic for me. And so I tear up and I cry during this speech. And I'll get through it, but know that this does happen. Okay? Now, this was the plan. We built the plan, and the plan got destroyed. Okay? So for this presentation, the expectation is you'll hear a story, and then maybe you'll learn something. Maybe you'll grow, and maybe some changes will be made. Maybe some healing will happen in the room, and then maybe, just maybe, our plan changes for ourselves and our patients to make better outcomes for both of us. We all know that every day we have to do all kinds of tasks. And these tasks include coming into work, whether it be day shift or night shift, and taking on a patient load, and finding out what the patient needs, doing labs, medications, doing oodles and oodles of all kinds of tasks. And then maybe, just maybe, we get lunch, maybe we get to pee, maybe we get some water breaks, right? And then we are a nurse, and we wear all different types of hats. And those hats include being the facilitator of the patient, and we have to call everybody and make sure that all the tests get done. And we have to make sure that respiratory does the wean. And we have to make sure that we get all the procedures done, and that the families get called, and that the doctors talk to the families. We have a lot of stuff to do. And then we also have to take care of the patient. And then some days, we get to take care of ourselves. And I'm standing up here asking you to do one more thing. And you're looking at me like, girl, you have lost your damn mind. Give me 30 minutes, just the next 30 minutes. Give me a chance. Think about it, and let me know if you think you can change your practice. Is that fair? It was a beautiful sunny day. It was in between my spring and summer semester at school. I was doing full-time work and full-time school, and I had a week off. I had a day off of work. Score! So one of my girlfriends, Katie, and I went up to Three Sisters Trek to mountain bike. Now, I'm not new at mountain biking. I'm not new. I've been mountain biking for 7 years. I had the best mountain bike on the trail. I had the best mountain bike helmet I just bought. It was pink and blue, and it had stripes, and I loved it. The best thing about mountain biking, and on this trail in particularly, is that you race up the hill, your heart rate gets going, you're cleaning out all of your frustrations from work and school and life and boys, and then you get to the top and all of everything is cleared out of your system. And you have this beautiful blue sky and this fresh mountain air, and you're clean and clear. And then you get to go down. You get to glide and feel the wind in your hair, and it's beautiful and clear, and it is the best feeling in the whole world. It's just absolutely incredible. And then I don't know. I remember Katie standing over and asking me who I was. What my name was. Where we were. I don't remember knowing where we were. I remember knowing your name. I remember knowing my name. I remember being angry. I asked her what the hell she was asking me this question for. Actually, I asked her, what the fuck are you asking me this question for? Katie, why aren't we riding bikes? Wait, are we riding bikes? Come to find out, I had run myself into a tree or a rock or the ground. She was too far behind me to find out what I had hit. She found me down. She found me down and seizing and posturing. And she didn't know how long I was down for. I don't know how long I felt. Katie didn't know if I was gonna wake up. She didn't know if I woke up, if I didn't know who I was. Now, I was so lucky I was with Katie. One, because I would ride Three Sisters Trail by myself all the time. It was my backyard trail. I would ride it all by myself. 2, ladies in their own. So I got a brain injury. I got admitted to the hospital that I work at. I got admitted to the hospital I work at in the ER room that I go down to admit heart attack patients. In the same room. Okay. I remember pieces from that day. I remember my husband at that time meeting us at the trailhead. I remember being in the ambulance and ripping that damn EKG out of that paramedic's hand because he told me that I had a 1st-degree heart block. And I told him that a 1st-degree heart block was greater than 0.2. And mine was 0.18, so mine was just sinus bradycardia, not a 1st-degree heart block. Upon admission, and after many, many tests, I was diagnosed with a shattered sinus cavity, a fractured orbital socket, a moderate brain injury, and a severe concussion. I had friends come and see me at the hospital, and I was great. I was a girl that was going to drink protein shakes, get back on my bike, go back to work, and be fine. I just had a concussion. I was strong. It was just some broken bones. But then reality kicked in. And I got told that I couldn't shower by myself. And then I couldn't walk by myself. Because every time I stood up, the world was spinning. And then I couldn't tell anybody what I actually wanted to tell them because the words didn't come out of my brain. And then I couldn't drive. And then that wonderful dog at the beginning couldn't take care of me either. And then I couldn't go back to work. And then I had to stay at home. And all I could hear was, you can't, you can't, you can't. And for this strong cardiac ICU nurse that had been an ICU nurse for 10 years, that took her a while, and did school full time, to work full time. All of a sudden, I can't do anything. And 3 days into a hospital stay, and sitting on a bed all by myself. Hopelessness, frustration kick in pretty fast. And all I can think of is how am I going to kill myself? maybe in my skaters. It goes really quick. And suicidal hope as well. How do you think the patients feel? Luckily, I had a tremendous amount of complaint friends that were there for the 6 to 12 months after I got out of the hospital. All the time. I wasn't left alone. The sad part is that not one medical professional sat down at the hospital when I was at the hospital to ask me how I was doing. My neurologist at the hospital told me that I was just too sensitive and that I would get over it. After doing my own research, TBIs and suicidal depression healing go like this. It's not. They're hand in hand. They're not far off. Fortunately, I got the right help. I got on the right medications. And this took a year of extremely difficult work. Many years, or many sacrifices. It took a long time of speech therapy to find my words. It took a lot of getting my coworkers' trust back to make sure that I could be a satisfied and productive coworker again. Lots of physical therapy, lots of occupational therapy. Every 6 weeks of transitioning to different medications for migraines to make them so that I didn't feel like my head was going to explode. And the dilution of my marriage. This stuff isn't easy. And it took a lot of hard work. I'm currently on an antidepressant and mood stabilizer and lots of migraine meds. But my head doesn't feel like it's going to explode most days. I see a counselor once a week, I see a psychiatrist, and I have a neurologist. Now, I know that I'm on the right path because I'm here able to share this story with you guys. So why does this matter? Why am I telling you? This story isn't easy for me to tell you. This story isn't easy for you to hear. I witness patients every single day in the hospital. They need and deserve a small change in our practice. And I'm here to tell you that they could benefit from someone sitting down saying, how are you? I was off work for 16 weeks. My accident was in May, and I came back at the end of August. Since then, my practice has changed a lot. I adore science, and if you know me at all, I love why. I love why does the cardiac cycle work the way it does? Why does medication work the way it does? Where does it hit on what receptors? Rachel's rolling her eyes, right? I love it. But we are severely deficient in mental health. We just don't see it. We just don't talk about it. 2 patient stories. Now, I've changed their names, and I've also asked their permission to talk about them. One is Melissa. Melissa's an alcoholic. She's angry. She's rude. She's mean. She's awful. And we all hate taking care of her. We do. Okay? She kicks, she bites, she pinches, she spits, and nobody wants to go in her room. One day I pause. I ask her, why do you drink? She says, my husband beats me at home. Oh. You're a survivor. You're a human. Knowing her beyond her diagnosis makes me a better practitioner. It also makes it so that she sees me as her caretaker in a different light. She treats me better, and I treat her better. Because I took the time to ask her why. Another patient story. Mark had cardiac surgery with us. I work at St. Anthony's. We see a lot of cardiac surgery patients. Mark, can I do anything for you? No. Are you in pain? I'm fine. We need to walk today. Fine. Okay, well, we need to walk 3 times today. We'll do it later. Okay. So I sit down. This really sucks. Mark starts crying. His wife says, you are the only nurse that has seen him. Instead of assuming that Mark has a flat affect and Mark doesn't want to cooperate or participate, Mark's depressed. Mark's having a hard time. Mark went from being independent by himself to now I'm wiping his butt and he can't stand up on his own. It changes the story. It changes how we talk. It changes how I take care of him. We'll actually take a second to see the patient and not just write them off for being mean or having a flat affect. When we don't just see the numbers on the computer or on the monitor, or just the trends, we can make such a bigger impact on our patients. You see, the numbers look great for Mark and Melissa. But the numbers don't actually tell us what's actually going on. So, just maybe, we can get patients more help and actually the help that they need while they're in the hospital. Is it therapy? Is it medication? Or maybe it's just saying, how are you? And seeing them for who they are. Meeting them at their level. Because it's really easy to be their coach. You're doing awesome! And they're like, fuck you, I hate you, I'm sucking, this is awful. I'm not doing awesome. I'm not doing awesome. I'm sitting in this bed, I can't do anything for myself. I went from doing everything by myself to sitting in this bed, not doing anything for myself. How is this awesome? This isn't awesome. Meet them where they are. I was that patient, feeling lost and overwhelmed by a hospitalization, ready to give up on my life. waiting for somebody to ask me how. So now, it's my mission to ensure that not one of my patients goes home feeling the same way. I need a nurse to ask me how I am. Because does all this work that we do for them in the hospital really matter? If they don't continue living when they go home. So, I know it's risk, and I know it takes time. And time isn't something that we have. But will you follow my lead? Be the nurse who truly sees their patient, not their attitudes, but what they really need. Theodore Roosevelt said in his 1910 Man in the Arena speech, "It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who is faced, is married by the dust and the sweat and the blood, who strives violently, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is not effort without error or shortcomings, but who actually strive and to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself for a worthy cause, who at the best knows, in the end, the triumphs of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly." Thank you.